the 2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA. We're joined by the legends, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. For tonight's game, we'll be watching the Los Angeles Lakers as they go up against the Golden State Warriors. So for the Warriors, their last game, a win against the Lakers in Los Angeles. Feeling confident after a runaway win. We'll see if they carry over some of that momentum. And a happy Thanksgiving Day, everybody. So much to be thankful for. Our families, our friends, our wonderful crew. Kenny, what are you thankful for?
Well, I'm thankful for you guys, Ernie, of course. I don't know if our crew is that wonderful, but they're okay with me. But I'm really thankful.
And they were thankful for you for a while.
Yeah,
but probably not very thankful anymore.
I think I'm just thankful to be here watching this wonderful game called basketball.
Well, I'm thankful for my kids. I wouldn't name them all, but I have too many. I'm thankful that the bosses upstairs only gave us a half day today. Can't wait to get home and get some of that turkey, fried chicken, macaroni and cheese, potato salad, sweet potato pie.
You don't have turkey?
Yeah.
You have fried chicken and turkey?
I don't like turkey on Thanksgiving.
Oh,
what?
Deep fried turkey.
Too dry.
Deep fried turkey,
I don't want
man.
fried turkey. I want fried chicken.
You got to fry the turkey.
There's no such thing as a fried turkey.
Sweet potato souffle.
I'm actually gluten-free.
Ernie, I hate to tell you, but people don't eat that.
It's just sweet potato casserole, man. It's awesome.
What's a casserole?
My sister-in-law makes it.
Oh,
what's a
tremendous.
Casserole?
It's like a dessert, but it's a side dish.
I'll pass. I'll pass.
I used to be really thankful for you guys.
Sweet tea.
Kevin Harlan.
Sweet tea. Oh, you put like 8
Lemonade.
sugars.
Take it away.
We've got an electric crowd here in Golden State's Oracle Arena. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone, from everyone here at 2K Sports. Nothing like the NBA for Turkey Day. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Today's game marks the continuation of the Lakers' road schedule. They're facing a lot of challenges, fellas, in this upcoming part of the schedule. They're faced with a lot of tough battles away from home.
I guarantee you what, guys, the adrenaline is already flowing on both sides. A rivalry matchup like this means a little more to the players than just any other game.
And not just the players, Greg. How about the fans, too? I mean, they get into this thing as well. We've got an electric atmosphere in here, just like it always is when these two teams square off. It should be a good one, and I'm glad to be right in the middle of it.
Now let's check out our starters for the Los Angeles Lakers. Kobe and Randall, the forward duo. Jordan Clarkson is out there with Russell. And it's Hibbert in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And, it's one thing to get the offensive rebound, but then how about the loud bucket he's able to convert?
He was in perfect position under the hoop, Greg. You're right. Once he gets his hands on the miss.
That's exactly why it's important to work hard on the offensive glass, fellas, for chances just like that.
On occasions last year, the Lakers were all right on offense. Other times, they were just stagnant. There was just no motion, nothing going on.
That's a great point. And their ball movement could use some work. A lot of ISOs last season, and it killed a lot of the flow the team had in the half court.
Here's Russell following the basket by Draymond Green. The drive by Russell. Hibbert, good, and the assist goes to Russell.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Looking at Los Angeles, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Warriors in Oakland.
And they had to be sensational defensively on that night to compensate for the fact that they just couldn't find a rhythm offensively.
Well, I don't think they're really built to play those kind of grinded-out, low-scoring games. It just doesn't seem to be in their DNA to me.
Hibbert with a screen for Bryant. And it's off target. Not sure why he took that one. Now let's go over to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Byron Scott.
Well, I asked him what strategy they were going to use at the offensive end, and he told me that they did not want to have to rely on their perimeter game. Instead, he plans to exploit what he described as a mismatch on the interior, saying, quote, We have the talent inside to make things very difficult on them. We're going to use it. Kevin?
And as always, Doris, thank you.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control the team's transition.
Randall, no good.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
And then Hibbert with the dunk.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. Really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the fly.
Boy, that's a sound physical play. I mean, you can't be afraid to put a shoulder into somebody every once in a while. It's a contact sport, folks.
Lakers trail by 6. The drive by Russell. Here's Randall. Russell kicks to Hibbert. It's stolen by Green. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Thompson with the ball. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end. That's losing basketball.
Especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That's a nice lead now. It's taken them no time to build this lead up. Great first quarter offensively.
But no time to relax here. They've got to keep the pressure on with the defense, and I think they've got to try to put this one away early.
And guys, Steph Curry, the rare point guard who's almost as effective playing off the ball as he is on it. And the Warriors have really emphasized that as he's evolved as a player, bringing in a lot of playmakers who can set him up coming off screens.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. And speaking of Curry playing off the ball in the pass, Clark, we'd see him guarding shooting guards defensively. Some said trying to hide him against lesser offensive players.
Well, I think guarding 2 guards gave him a chance maybe to save some energy for the offensive end. But recently Steve Kerr has had him on point guards more. You want your best players taking the challenge at both ends of the court.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Now, here's Clarkson, guarded closely. Hibbert with a screen on Barnes. Here's Clarkson. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Last time they met was right here, and they came out with the win.
A huge margin of victory for them when these two teams squared off last, and they got scoring from up and down their lineup.
Yeah, the reserves, the guys coming off the bench, Greg, made their presence felt. And, of course, with their big lead, they were able to give the bench a lot of run.
Last outing for Golden State, they won that game against Los Angeles.
And how about the game plan that was constructed for that one? I mean, it was apparent how powerless the D was to stop it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I mean, they just didn't have an answer for anything they threw at him.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Bryant dishes to Russell. There's the feed to Randall. The 10-footer. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Russell's got his 4th assist in this one. Warriors leading by 6. Passes it to Green. Thompson right side. Here's Bogut. The shot is off. Great D that time from Hibbert. For Los Angeles, they've gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Russell kicks to Clarkson. Got a hand on it, but they recover it. Here's Randall. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Randall's got 6. And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. So many great statistics are available to demonstrate just how dominant the Warriors were last season. My favorite is, G8, their point differential.
You know, to be able to beat your opponent by double digits on average is something only 8 teams have been able to do in the history of the league.
It's amazing. Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Azili's checked in for Bogut. And it's Iguodala in for Harrison Barnes. Now here's Curry. They picked up 24 points in their last win against the Lakers.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Guys, the Warriors ended the year at just over a 10-point differential per game. I mean, still that number is staggering when you think of what it takes to achieve that mark over the course of a season. Typically, championship teams are somewhere in the +6 to +8 range. 10 is off the charts.
Larry Nance is checked in for the Lakers. Here's Clarkson after the made shot from Klay Thompson. Clarkson with the ball. Picked up by Thompson. And now Iguodala running the floor all by himself. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for the Warriors.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
And up the court come the Warriors on the break.
And a huge lead here early to start.
Well, you know, right from the tip, there's not anything they haven't done well so far.
Now, here's Clarkson. He's covered by Thompson. Nance, no good.
And you know what? That Warriors point differential was helped out a lot by their play at home. The home differential was almost +15 points per game. A lot of blowout wins. Scary thing is they set their starters in the fourth so often, they could have made those numbers even higher had they won it. And he's still scoreless in the quarter. They might need to go to a plan B to help him get his confidence. And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Los Angeles with another miss.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. Warriors ahead, leading by 14. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. And Kobe Bryant dealing with the wear and tear of decades in the league. He talks about how he remains effective.
Well, you have to make adjustments. You know, you try to figure out what you can and can't do, and you have to try to learn that pretty quickly and figure out how effective you can be. And so it's just about making adjustments.
Well, at Kobe's age and with the 2 years worth of injuries, is coming back for him just a matter of great adjustments, or is that another way of saying he has to limit everyone's expectation, including his own?
You know what? When it comes to Kobe Bryant, history has shown that the normal rules just don't apply. I think it's the rest of the league that's going to have to adjust to a well-rested and still very lethal Black Mamba.
Thanks for joining us in this Thanksgiving presentation of the NBA. And a very convincing performance here from the Warriors so far.
It's been about the pace. You can see they're going to try to keep this game in the open floor.
Yeah, and you know, it's been a tempo that they like, and they're getting some easy buckets in transition here.
And it's time for an injury report. And now Doris Burke has an update for us on Draymond Green. Doris, what's the news?
Kevin, the Warriors' head athletic trainer gave me an update. He told me that it doesn't look too serious. The season is young, but that is tough news to get at any point in the year. We'll see how well the team comes together in his absence. Kevin?
Well, thank you, Doris. Hopefully we'll see him very soon.
Well, they like him back as quick as possible, but they also want him healthy.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter, Larry Nance out there with Brandon Bass. Then there's Lewis Williams. Then there's Nick Young. And it's Huertas in at the point. The Warriors making a switch here. Livingston's checked in. That misses, so he splits the free throws. 2 straight seasons of no playoffs for the Lakers after last year's miss. Not what they were hoping for.
It's going to be a growing process, Kevin. I mean, they had a young team and an injured superstar in Kobe both years. Hard to make the playoffs in that situation.
Warriors leading by 17. And pushing it up is Golden State Warriors again in transition. That's good. Livingston's got his first bucket of the night.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
How can you stop that? With a crossover that quick, that lightning quick, a defender has to be almost superhuman to stay in front of that.
He kicks to Ezeli. Right side, Green. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Young with the steal. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Lets it go from deep. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They got to get more intense.
Here is Livingston. He averages about 5 points a game. And that one's good.
And they're just raining threes on both ends.
Boy, I love the answer. You come at me with the three, I'm coming right back with my own triple.
And how about Sean Livingston? Just a terrific comeback story. Of course, he suffered that famous knee injury, one of the worst I've ever seen, and he has willed himself back to become a valuable player in this league.
Los Angeles calls timeout. Livingston signed a nice 3-year deal with the Warriors, helped their bench. Great fit for that team.
No question. A rare package at 6'7". He's a true point guard and extremely versatile defensively. He can play alongside Steph Curry, handling the ball or off it. And easy to see why the Dubs were happy to get him.
Spates checked in for Festus Ezeli. And then for Los Angeles, Hibbert comes in for Brandon Bass. And it's Russell in for Young. Hibbert with the screen. Here's Huertas. Draymond Green with the rebound. Green's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough. But that's how you win games.
Hibbert kicks to Kobe. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. That's good. Kobe's got 4 this quarter.
You know, obviously, he knows how to finish with some flair.
Russell against Iguodala. Pulls up on the wing. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Here's Kobe. That doesn't go in either for Kobe. Warriors leading by 17. Livingston passes to Spates. Barnes kicks to Green. From deep, Iguodala. And another 3 for Golden State.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Here's Hibbert. Can't hit. And Golden State will come the other way. Iguodala kicks to Green. Pass to Livingston. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Livingston's got 9.
I really like the fact that he's getting the touches he needs here after not scoring a single point in that first quarter.
And guys, one thing that we were treated with last year was Steve Kerr's great quotability in post-game interviews and pressers. He said all the right things and deflected praise like a coach who had done it for many years.
Now Barnes, following the 3-point attempt by Kobe Bryant. A little shot fake there, got the D out of position. And it's 6 points for Barnes. Lakers have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Outside Bryant. Pass to Randall. Can they get it? And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Green's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. They're really pushing them around. Straight bully ball. And guys, Andre Iguodala entered this league as an athlete with raw skills. And bit by bit, though, he refined his game over the years, except in the one category, free throw shooting. In that one area, he was much better over the first 5 years of his career than he has been the last 5.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Yes, during that break, Coach Byron Scott had some words for his team. He made no mistake that their plan was to run their offense through Hibbert. Coach emphasized getting him as many touches as possible, saying he is going to be one of the guys to carry us the rest of the way. Being in the position they're in, probably a smart move to go to the clipboard and switch things up while we're still in the first half. Kevin?
And thanks for that story, Doris. And we were talking about Iguodala's free throw shooting. It really is a miracle. He's become so efficient, Clark, in every other area of his game. But last year, in his 11th season, he shot the second worst percentage of his career.
Sometimes, Kevin, it's simply a matter of confidence. You miss a few and it gets into your head, and before you know it, the harder you're trying, the worse it gets.
And he gets it to go. And that's 15 points for Steph Curry.
And the lead continues to increase. They are just playing flawless basketball at both ends.
Greg, I can't identify an area where this team has underperformed. I mean, they've been 5-star in every category.
Now here's Nance. He's coming off a 10-point game against Golden State. 4 on the clock. Here's Clarkson. The 18-footer is right on the mark. Clarkson's got his first points of the night. Golden State's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Outside Curry. From the high post. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Curry's got 17.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Simply taking advantage of what the defense has given them, and they've really made the most of it.
Now, here's Clarkson. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. Justice Ezeli, he's checked in for Maurice Spates. Nick Young's checked in for the Lakers. Lakers shooting their first free throw of the night.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
Really, guys, it's just come together for them at the charity stripe this season. I mean, the confidence is there, and so too are the results.
Now here's Curry. 17 points in the game. Kicks it to Ezeli. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 4 assists now tonight.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
And they just keep finding the open man.
Bogut kicks to Thompson. Iguodala outside. Lets it fly. Again, Golden State.
And that's going to increase the field goal percentage even more. They have a huge edge in that category.
And that's because they've been playing smart basketball. I mean, they've been very patient offensively, and their shot selection has been superb.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. The Warriors on top, running away with it. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're going to break down the first half action for you. The first half was all about Stephen Curry. He ended up with 17 points, 2 steals, and 4 assists. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, shooters were popping open right and left. Exceptional ball movement. Guys racing off screens, spotting up, knocking down shots. That's the way you play basketball unselfishly, and it was superb, and they exploited all the weaknesses of the defense.
Shaq, your take on the Lakers.
Barbecue chicken. They were completely overmatched in the low post. I couldn't believe the amount of points they allowed in the paint. Wow, I thought I was out there scoring, playing basketball. They got to switch things up, get some different matchups because they are getting eaten alive. Barbecue chicken.
That wraps it up for halftime as the game is just about to get going again in the third quarter. We will see you later.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, anything can happen.
Curry is playing extremely well. He's got 17 points, and he's been a good on-the-ball defender, too. He's got a pair of steals.
Yeah, he's just made a lot of very heads-up plays, and his defense really has been a difference maker.
And it's the Warriors with the ball. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, it's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. And it's Barnes in at the 3 slot. 3 on the clock. On its way from Curry for 2. Misses off the right iron.
And the one thing you can typically count on from Roy Hibbert is great rim protection. Last year, he dipped a little, down to 1.5 blocks a game from over 2 the year before, but shooters still had to account for him every time they drove to the rim.
Now here's Green, following the miss by Julius Randle. Right side Curry. Outside Green, dishes it to Thompson. He's looking for Bogut and finds him. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 5 assists in the game. Here's Los Angeles now. This game is finished. They'll be off to Portland taking on the Trailblazers. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour.
And how about the move he made there to come up and get himself clear in the lane for the deuce?
Here's Curry after D'Angelo Russell's bucket. And the wide open shot from Green. Rebound by Kobe.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one almost always deadly when he's that open. And, one thing that comes to mind with Kobe is his incredible dedication to winning. I mean, you wonder if that has turned off potential free agents. Maybe he's a bit too competitive, but when you're in the business of competing, hard for me to imagine you can be too competitive.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. With Kobe and his competitiveness, it is something that he's coped with. He said it took him a while in the league, Clark, to realize not everyone loves basketball as much as he does.
Yeah, even if you don't have the same kind of drive that has propelled Kobe all these years, I think you have to respect him for it. It shouldn't be a problem for potential free agents, in my opinion.
Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Here's Curry with the 3. The shot, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
1 for 4 from the field since halftime. They're having a tough time getting it going here.
"18 feet out. Curry with another miss.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Off the mark and a bad shot there. Golden State's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Beyond the arc. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 6 assists here tonight.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
And the Lakers call time here.
And really last season it was supposed to be a battle between the Warriors and Clippers for that Pacific title. But the Warriors just ran away with it, won the division by 11 games.
Spates checked in for Golden State. The Lakers also with a sub. Nance has checked in. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Nance a screen. Russell kicks to Kobe. And he sinks the shot coming off the strong pick. Bryant's got 8.
And he came off that screen and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge, Greg. And when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Now here's Curry. He's got 20 and stolen by Russell. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And the jam by Larry Nance.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Curry against Russell. Thompson in the corner. Spade sets a screen for Thompson. Can't make good off the screen. The Lakers have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Bryant drives in and stolen by Spates. Feeds it to Barnes. Spates against Nance. And Spates gets it to go.
Just such a good shooter from that range.
And you factor in his height advantage, it's almost unfair.
Russell kicks to Kobe. And right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
And how about the burst in that first step, just right to the rim?
Now here's Curry. With his average of more than 32 points a game, he's giving opponents nightmares with his firepower. Unloads from 13. Rebounded by Clarkson.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. And some changes here for the Warriors. Festus Ezeli comes in for Maurice Spates. And it's Iguodala in for Green. A big group substitution here for the Lakers. Brandon Bass is checked in for Julius Randle. World Peace comes in for Kobe. Young's checked in for Clarkson. And it's Williams in for Russell. Now, here is Young. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game.
And guys, it looked like Nick Young had finally put it all together. I mean, he had a huge campaign 2 years ago, signs the new 4-year deal. Then last year, disaster strikes. I mean, he provided very little to the team outside of shooting the basketball. And even with that, he dropped to a career worst, 37% from the field.
World Peace against Iguodala. Stolen by World Peace. Young against Thompson. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's foul number 2 for him. Well, Greg, getting back to Young, it's tough to completely judge him on last year's numbers because he was fighting through knee injuries, ankle injuries, all kinds of things. Clark, they only played 42 games.
Yeah, but when he's right, he can light it up. I mean, he's a go-to scorer, but he just never got right last season.
Now, here is Young. 6 points for him. Williams a screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Huertas passes to Young. And the shot is good. Young's got 8 points.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Here's Curry. He's got 20. Here's the 3. Curry with another miss.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And guys, the Lakers last season were just a completely different team after Kobe's injury. Not so much in results, but just in how they played on the floor. They actually fared better without Kobe than most thought they would.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Warriors.
They really haven't backed away from running and gunning at any point, but their legs still look fresh.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnovers.
And that one goes in, 2 from the line that time. And for the Lakers, without Kobe last season, it was really a stark difference in styles of play and quality. No single person, Clark, stepped in to carry their offense. It took a group effort.
Well, you know, it was almost April, Kevin, before somebody surpassed Kobe in field goal attempts on the team. It'll be interesting to see how they build the offense this year.
2 shots.
And for Festus Ezeli, came in as an extremely raw prospect a couple years back, late first-round draft pick. His minutes were down actually last season, but his production was decidedly up.
Yeah, he went from 44 to 55% on field goals, from 53 to 63% on free throws, a testament to how much effort he's putting into developing that shooting stroke.
That one is no good.
And, you know, going back to Ezeli, impressive physically, 7 foot, 7'6" wingspan, 5% body fat. If his skill set ever catches up with his natural gifts, watch out, watch out. Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
Outside Curry. There's the pick. Here's the teardrop. He takes it up and lays it in. Curry's got 22.
And a footnote to Ezeli. One of his college administrators raved about his intelligence. He cited Ezeli's broad perspective on world trade, globalization. And I tell you what, if Ezeli keeps improving, he'll soon be a serious benefactor of the economics of American sports.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle. And that's held true in this one so far.
And Clark, their effort on the glass has given them the advantage, but it's also been the effort in general that's made a difference.
This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line in the game.
Festus Ezeli. He has 2.
No good on the free throw, and the Warriors making a change here. Bogut's checked in. Roy Hibbert's checked in for the Lakers. And he's good on the second. 20 seconds left to play in the 3rd. Young against Barbosa. Now, here is Young. 8 points for him. Hibbert with the screen. And Young kicks to Williams. Off the mark. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Warriors lead by 21. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. Welcome back. 4th quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show.
Stay laced in the best, well dressed with finesse in the white team looking for white meat.
Lakers trail by 21. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Kobe and Randall, the forward duo. Russell is out there with Clarkson, and it's Hibbert in at the center position.
They're going to have to come up with a better matchup. This guy's just too much speed.
Golden State's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Curry's shot is good.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
And it's Hibbert missing.
Great looking defense, really, just to disrupt the rhythm on that shot.
Yeah, really turned it from a simple, straightforward look into a very difficult shot. He's starting to heat up from outside. That's his 2nd this half.
The Lakers shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. The drive by Russell. Up and in on the layup.
And guys, more and more, we're seeing the league try to protect the health of the players. I mean, you see the evidence on the court. Over the last 5 years, the league has cut down the number of cameramen along the baselines in half, giving these great athletes a little more runway to land safely.
Bryant has the open look. Warriors with the rebound. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Iguodala dishes to Thompson. The pass to Bogut.
And, looking at Andrew Bogut, he's been one of the game's best centers. I mean, obviously injuries have saddled him a little bit over the years, but he's made it through 67 games each of the past 2 seasons. They haven't been effective against Bogut. He has 8 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more.
Barnes, he's checked in for Golden State. The drive by Russell. Hibbert, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Well, going back to Bogut, when he's healthy, he's a very difficult matchup for any opponent. Greg, one of the great rebounders and defenders certainly in this game now. He also, though, gives you points from the blocks and with timely putbacks.
He's become an unsung hero in a sense. Not the flashy guy who entered the league, but more of a very talented lunch pail kind of guy who simply wants to do his part.
Good on the second free throw. And who has been a greater enigma than Roy Hibbert, a guy who can look like an all-star Clark one game and an undrafted free agent the next?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing the kind of swings Roy has had. He's been really good at times. Sometimes he gets in his own way with overthinking things, but I think he's got everything he needs to be an upper-tier center, upper-echelon center. Just has lacked consistency the last year or 2.
It's stolen by Curry. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. And it's good. And that's 10 points for Barnes.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play.
And on the topic of Hibbert, he was an enigma in college, had a very encouraging junior season, looked like a future lottery pick, and then that uninspiring senior season, which kind of dropped his draft stock considerably.
And he gets it to go. And that's now 29 points for Steph Curry.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
The drive by Russell. He dishes it to Hibbert. The shot is off, and Golden State will go the other way with it.
Going back to Hibbert, last season was a perfect example of what we're talking about in terms of consistency. One game he puts up 22 and 8, the next game 2 and 1. But every team in the league would like to be in the Roy Hibbert game once the light finally goes on and stays on. Consistency, the challenge for Hibbert.
And it's sent back by Bogut. Here's Russell. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Russell's got 4 points now in the quarter. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Bogut sends a screen for Curry. He feeds it to Green. Rebounded by the Lakers. Hibbert's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. The drive by Russell. Off target at the rim.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
Back to Barnes. Now the dish to Curry. Baseline J on the way. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
The Lakers have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. That's tipped. Hibbert, the pass to Clarkson. And he gets it to go.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Golden State's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Outside Curry. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
It's hard to believe that he's a point guard. I mean, he can power those dunks down as well as any big man in the league.
If not better. He's a phenomenal finisher.
Enjoy seeing that kind of bounce out of that spot on the floor.
And it's sent back by Bogut. It's Curry with the drive, and he jams it with authority.
And he's been the catalyst all game long. Love how he's distributing the basketball.
No doubt about it, Greg. I mean, when the offense runs through him, it's really smooth.
Kobe can't hit. Golden State's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%, 7 of 13 on threes. Now the feed to Green. Golden State moving it around. The shot by Curry, no good.
High-quality shot, just a little off there with the release.
And, Greg, that has him S-H-H-ing, shaking his head. Tough miss that time.
Clark.
And you can see he just caught a glimpse of the open man on the perimeter and immediately got him the basketball. And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Warriors.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just, at times, Clark, it seemed toying with it.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin. Quite honestly, they were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
So looking at the season total, this will be their 17th win.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Curry. He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Thompson got a piece of it, and that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession. Different look here for the Warriors. Spates checked in for Bogut. Festus Ezeli comes in for Green. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Klay Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Barnes kicks to Livingston. Back to Barnes. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
And just a terrific job of taking care of business in front of the home fans.
And, Greg, those fans had a hand in the win. I mean, they gave this team a big lift throughout the game. I thought there was great energy in the building.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. The 11-footer, Livingston, that's good.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just not backing off here. I mean, they're looking to close this one out in style. What a time to have this kind of serve.
Takes it from 10. Here's Nance. The baseline jumper goes down. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here is Livingston. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team, Clark, by far tonight.
No question about it, Kevin. They certainly gave their fans plenty to scream and holler about. This place was rocking. It was on fire. And it only got louder as that lead got bigger.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Congratulations on this win tonight, Stephen, and tell us a little bit about the driving philosophy behind how this team strives to be the most cohesive unit possible.
To me, it's a commitment that we know that's going to put us in good position to win every single night. Is if we bring the effort, multiple efforts at each possession where you might get beat, but you got to get back in the play. If God's going to help you, you help him. We care about each other, so we want to make sure that nobody's left out to dry, and I think that's a big factor. And we're just relentless on defensive end.
Congratulations, Steph. Great job, guys. Over to you.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now time to head over to the studio where the award-winning Ernie Johnson is with Shaq and Kenny, all standing by. Guys, take it away.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Stephen Curry. He had just an outstanding fourth quarter performance. He really had the fire lit under him, and down the stretch, really having a huge impact on the outcome of this game.
I don't know if there's a fan base that loves their star more than this crowd. Wow. You get jealous, and he feeds off that support. Once they got behind him, he became unstoppable, man.
When you're having a night shooting in the high 50s, you're being efficient with your shot selection. He played smart basketball tonight, really made each possession count. He was the difference maker.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.